Hello everyone, I'm Carrie. You're watching Crafty Clefty. Now I finished making this. If you like it, want to make something similar, then stay tuned and watch the video. It's coming right up. Now for this project, using 2 bottle caps. One I cut out a little section, another one that will make a little height to it. And I've got rock here, a bunch of rock, brown paint. I've got blue and white so I can make a light blue water. Gloves, I'm going to use super glue. And decoration. Hot glue to help out with the water flowing down in the water. So let's see how this turns out. Now I gotta get my apron on and start painting. Now I just mixed a little bit of blue with the white, a lot of white, so you see we have this color. And I've got the brown, the chalky light color brown, and I've got the wrong, this is not a paintbrush. Nope. Get this. Okay, I've got one. And I am just going to paint around the edge. Now that's not a true brown because I put a lot of white in it earlier for a different project, so it's kind of chalky. But it is still a brown. And that is a nice color. For what we're going to do is going to help blend in with the rock. I'm going to have rock all the way around. I'm also going to paint the bottle caps. Okay. Okay. And I'm going to keep doing that until I am ready to put the blue on, and then we're going to do rock. And that's what it looks like so far. I gotta let this dry, and then I gotta let this dry too, and then glue these bottle caps on. Then we will get started with the rock. I'm using some super glue. I got those painted them back. Now I'm going to put this on. I'm going to put this on first. I'm just going to place it wherever I want it. And I'm putting on just a little bit of glue here. Just putting it on. Just put it down there. And I think I might want it. Okay. Now, I'm going to do the same thing here. If I can, up here. Now, okay, it's going to be in the glue. I'm going to let that dry. So, then once it sets, I'm going to start putting rock all the way around, and I'm going to be using the strong glue. And I will be putting some more, well, it will look like water, hopefully. So, I'll be right back. Now this glue takes a while to cure, but it's on there pretty good, so I'm going to start adding rock. And I'm going to start at the round part here, and then I can build up and have the rock coming on top like a ledge. So I'm going to start over here. Okay. Okay, I'm just stacking. You can see what I'm doing here. I'm just stacking. I'm just doing it any which way. Well, let's see. Okay, maybe that's a little too heavy for the for that placement here. One here that's not heavy. Okay, now I can do is those things. I'm going to put it over on the other side. Okay. Now I'm going to keep building. I'm going to keep building until it's over all of this. And then I can start putting the rock all around. But I'm going to wait a little bit because it's kind of heavy. I'm trying to get the blue in there. And then once this starts sticking, then I can start building up. You want this to stick really well because it is pretty heavy. The rock is. And then I'm going to get a little one back here. Let's see. I'll do that later, and I will come back on this. I'll wait for this to dry a little bit so I can get more of a handle on what I'm doing and making sure that this is tight. Now, you see how this opening is kind of tilted to the left, or you might be seeing it to the right. That's okay. I'm going to use that as the flow of water coming out. At least that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to stop for now, and I will continue when this gets on here really good, and then I'll just go all the way around and we'll do more. I will see you later. I gotta probably get some more of these rock out of here. And oh, I'll see you in just a few minutes. Now with this, you can see how I put the rock on. Just piled it up. I left the opening. And I'm not going to cover this up until I get the water on here. So for that, I'm going to use hot glue. And all I'm going to do is put a bunch of water or glue in here, in that hole, and have it come down like a stream, and have it down here. Okay? Then I'm going to put little creases on here, like water. And then I will, after that's done and dry, then I'm going to put the rock on here, make it look like a little bitty opening. And I'm going to put the rock all the way around here. I may have to put some more blue paint on here, make it look like water or a little bit of white paint or something. And so I'm going to get the glue, the hot glue, and I'm going to do that. Yeah, it will probably pile up. I'm going to let it run down, probably pile up right about there. And then just let it go down like that. So I'll be with you in a minute. And what I did here, you can see the little stream coming down. And I'm going to put on the rest of the rock with super glue. I've got this all on here. You can see the water flow fall. And I'm going to make a little bit more paint for the water. And it's just going to be a dab of blue and some white. And that's too dark. Let's add your white. use a little bit of a blue, just a little tint, a little white. And I'm just going to like highlight it like down here. And give paint around there. And on, right by the rock. And let's get everything out of the way. And I'm just going to keep painting this. I'm going to get all the grooves around where the hot glue is. And let's see, just a tad bit. I'm done with that. Now I'm just going to let this dry. And then I'm going to put on the other rock all the way around it. And this is all, well, not cured, but I'm going to put on my gloves and put on 2 this time. 1, I really should have had 2 on for the other, but it's a little difficult because they're big, so I've been having a harder time placing things. And so now I ran out of super glue. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to begin placing rock down here. And I'm going to start at the top and put super glue on the edge of this rock here, and on the edge here. And just going to put 1 there. Just lay it down. And I'm going to do the same over here. I want it touching that rock, the super glue with both of them, and a little bit over the blue water. Okay, now you see how I'm going to be going down with that. I'm going to do the rest of it all the way around. Now I've got this all on, and I'm going to add some flowers to it. So I've got my cutters, and these might be a bit big, but oh, I don't know. This here. I'm going to see what it looks like. Now my glove is big, so I'm having trouble with it because my glove's big. And I think these flowers are a bit too big for this, and it keeps sticking to the glue. See, Have this. See what this looks like. Okay. See what I can do here. Well, it looks like it's kind of sticking. Well, you see that? If I move it up to you, it's gonna fall apart. And it's not glued very well. Not yet. And anyway, if I move that, it might fall apart on me again. This last time, I'm trying to get this thing going, and my tablet just falls right on off. So, I'm gonna find out. Maybe the moss will look good on here. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna put this on. Okay. Now you can decorate yours however you want. This is just how I'm doing mine. Well, with this glue you have to wear the gloves. The glue will stick to you, and it does bond, and it just wears off. It doesn't like come off. And I'm gonna wait and see if this actually works here, and then maybe I'll put some moss up here. I'm gonna just decorate and see how I do here, and then I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Now this has all been decorated, and you can decorate yours any way you like. And well, if you like it, I hope you like it. I put some things floating in the water, some stems and stuff. So you can make yours any way you want. And so, thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.